Last time on Fandom Arson, our loyal VJs are tasked with defending the Master Core. This job would leave a concerned deep dish leaving for Hoenn, making sure to leave behind stock footage for Thin Crust to slog through the nut shack. And no, it didn't make the show any less painful. Meanwhile, the Holy Sextet's very own Haley Adams speaks to Special Agents B-Mask and Moji Kunihiko to give them a disc, which they delivered to Thin Crust in the middle of his tribute to voice acting legends Tara Strong and Candy Milo, who voiced a duo of wicked pizza delivery girls, acting as rivals to breadwinners Badus and Sway Sway, while Takumi sends the data to the host Sway, all while giving former Smasher Roy a very bad day. God, I love that joke. Can we hear his scream again? That's definitely one for the highlight reel.
Captain. Yes, what is it? We just received word from the gym leaders. They're opting out of the mission. What?
They think Flak isn't big enough of a threat to just drop everything and hire scab leaders like they did in the last two events. That's what they said about the randomizer, and look how well that turned out. In any case, just take it easy, Thin Crust. You're not the only one fighting this war, you know? Of course not. We have the hosts, after all. Yeah, about that. Who the hell's dropping out this time?
Yeah, see, both the A-Team and the D-Team are a deep dish. And the thought of fighting alongside Lord Helix as a fellow commanding officer turned away AJ faster than you can say oops.
Fucking atheist. Well, Captain, that's exactly how divergent character evolution works. Which is why I'm never gonna get those bastards under one roof.
Don't listen to that cheese fart, Captain. I'm sure you'll find a way to work around this.
But isn't there a disc that needs analyzing?
Maybe if you weren't so rude, then I'd get to that, Captain.
Fine. Well, get ready to get blown off your seat, Captain, cause we just pimped you without your permission. This better be good, you walking slab of fangirl bait. Huh. New chair. That's weird. Welcome home, Master H. Did you detect any evidence as to the whereabouts of the latest host?
Indeed, Captain. But I also found something else.
Oh, really?
Just sit down already. I don't believe it.
Now that's the best sounding
Deep
elevator
dish
music I
doing
ever
a show
heard.
without me? Whatever. For all I know, it could be an episode of some cheap cookie-cutter sitcom like Too Many Cooks. You do realize you're openly insulting Crazy Hand's favorite show, right?
No, I was just setting up an example of what Deep Dish would do in a situation like this. I mean, it's not like he's gonna go after a certain type of... This is the kind of suicidal crap you pull in bad Saturday morning cartoons.
Welcome back to Fandom Arson. The boss man's out trick-or-treating, so I'm stuck here, looking at this horrible abomination of a TV movie.
So that's why he's been cooped up in his quarters that day.
He's recently asked me to describe corporate horror for you.
Corporately mandated productions made from the fear of being forgotten.
It's a new bullshit genre about corporate survivalism.
Ugh, figured he'd call my ideas bullshit.
And this is the script from which I must read for this episode. Alright, let's see here. Ready? Congratulations, Nickelodeon. You're the new UPN. The hell's UPN?
Holy fuck, he's reviewing that TV movie? He's insane!
A channel that does nothing but pander to a demographic that's most likely to die in a ejaculation accident.
Now I know Thin-Crust wrote the script.
Yeah, in hindsight, now that I've heard him say it, I really could have wrote that better.
And just like UPN, you have one show that's carrying you afloat, and that's it. And oh, what do you know? Both channels were produced by Viacom. Look, I know CBS was the one who produced UPN, but they're both owned by Sumner Redstone, so it's all the same company. But unlike UPN, which pretty much killed itself after 11 years or so by cutting its own life support systems, mainly Star Trek Enterprise, Nick was started 35 years ago by Time Warner, but was purchased by Viacom after Cube failed.
Oh, I know this joke. It's gonna come out in 3, 2, 1, and what is Cube, you may ask? Well, the correct answer to that question is, are you old enough to remember Cube? 'Cause I'm not. Ah, classic.
And now here we are, at the defining moment of Viacom's true evil nature. The toilet humor, the interchangeable characters, the outright aversion to continuity. All that is there and then concentrated into a single massive shitcock.
Oh, you're starting to get the hang of the script.
And I'm pretty sure that the Nickelodeon of yesterday was just a bunch of artists trying to prove themselves to the world, while the Nick of today is corporately managed, and will do anything in its power to silence whatever criticism we may have.
The movie we're talking about here can change who you are, like staring into the abyss change who you are.
It even mind-raped Joey Tedesco of the Cartoon Palooza. Ignoring reviewer dibs? God, it must be worse than I could imagine. Well, no sense in beating around the bush now. My boss has described it as one of those things that can change who you are. So let's not waste any more time. This is one of those things you can't unsee. Ladies and gentlemen of the Hive Mind, yes, Hive Mind, not mob, that friggin' bad. Time to riot loose with a fandom arson of a fairly odd summer, the made-for-TV movie that broke Joey Tedesco's faith in Viacom. Belts up and pray for the children who watched it, gang. We're about to land. Nickelodeon. This trilogy of films exists. Really? That's how we're giving it? This franchise is owned by Viacom. The amount should be...
Over 9,000!
What? 9,000? That's impossible. I'm gonna have to power up to Super Surgeon.
Where'd his shirt go?
Peter Parker, please go back to New York. Oh, and by the way, Viacom, I know you're mad that Disney got Indiana Jones and Marvel, but if you're trying to make a live-action cartoon similar to the properties you just lost, why not just make it a cartoon? I'd call this a jumping the shark moment, but I'm pretty sure this will make the Fonz himself say, what the fuck, yo? Kinda like all the movies so far. Also, cartoon sinkhole cliche. Dude, was it really necessary to call out their names?
Will quell the volcano's hunger by sacrificing these magical...
SpongeBob continuity. Also, volcano sacrifice cliche.
I'll take it from here, Timmy. Sorry, Krakashaka. Don't mean to pry into your lava life.
And just where the hell is this in Fairly Odd Christmas? Close shave cliche. Also, the cheap special effects. Did Mr. Krabs produce this? Of course he did, it's Viacom! Closing door cliche. Erupting volcano cliche. Go ahead and take a shot, Indy. Conveniently placed jet ski that Cosmo and Wanda didn't poof up, I think.
Timmy Turner, you did it again.
Wake up, Timmy Turner!
Who say what now?
Worker ants daydream interrupted by the boss cliche. Also this movie's depiction of Fairy World. Yeah, now I know Mr. Krabs produced this. That's just from the opening dream sequence. Wait till you see what the main plot has in store for you. As you can see, it was all a dream, but sadly, the rest of the movie isn't. Now that wishful thinking's out of the picture, Cosmo and Wanda strong-armed Timmy Turner into a summer job, meaning he has to work for a living. Boo-hoo-hoo! But the main point of the plot is to impress Tootie, who has ultimately returned to marine biology between movies. Okay, I'll buy it. As long as she ain't as shallow as she was in Fairly Odd Christmas, it's fine with me. But choosing waste disposal? It's easy, sure, but the money they rake in. Yeah. And to make matters worse, that outfit! Holy hell, that familiar outfit! The old who you are in the dark trope. Not the trope I would have chosen. But it still has that old... In any case, yeah, it's there. Go on, throw it in. And so Timmy goes to visit Dimsdale, where Timmy ultimately reunites with the now sexy Tootie. Trust me, puberty can do wonders to an animated character. Anyway, the rare spotted dolphin is going through some bullshit disease that could render them extinct. So naturally, Tootie is tasked by her very mentor with the very mission to deliver the cure he developed to a facility closest to the spotted dolphin populace. So what's the punchline here?
Thanks to Professor Butterfart's output. Guess what Professor Butterfart's created out of thin air? Gas! A gas that'll cure the whole species.
How could I forget Professor Butter?
Farts. Butter farts. I have chosen you to pass my gas. Go with the wind.
Blah! Laugh at our standardized toilet humor! Laugh at this humanized fart joke! Laugh and conform!
What's your name?
So a date with Tootie's out of the picture. Next! So we see these two cardboard cutouts going on vacation with their apathetic parents, and oh, what do you know? They got Richard Tyler syndrome. What a shock! Predictably, the mom and dad ditch the little brats, and as the movie goes on, and the little pimples show off their true shallow nature, can you really blame them? So of course they deserve to be tortured by Vicky. In the exact same way Timmy Turner deserved to be... Timmy's a horrible character, and living proof that Butch Hartman is really Seth MacFarlane in disguise. Yeah, that's right. I kind of figured that out when the main villain showed up. Sure, the anti-fairies aren't a bad call, but instead of using anti-Cosmo, we're ultimately stuck with Discount Stewie Griffin. Yeah, I know he has a name, but he's just a cardboard cutout copy of Stewie Griffin from Family Guy. And plagiarizing from Family Guy, one of the crowning achievements in global dumbing, is worth 100 sins. And I don't know about you guys, but I think Joey Tedesco said it best that the only way you can call out Viacom with a straight face is by blaming Dinkelberg.
Dinkelberg.
It only makes sense.